You know,
so much of hope there.
Yeah, brilliant message and a great impact. Now, speaking of great impact, ENSEARCH, or the Environmental Management and Research Association of Malaysia, is made up of a group of like-minded individuals who have an interest in how humans impact the environment. Together, they hope to spread their message that we are all responsible and accountable for the space that we live, work, and play in. And with us today is Peter Ho to tell us more about their association. Welcome to the studio, Peter.
Thank you.
Welcome, Mr. Peter. Now, in search for a better environment.
That's right.
That is your motto, but we would love to know a little more about why ENSEARCH was set up. Could you share with us, please?
Right. ENSEARCH was set up in 1984, actually with the purpose to bring together professionals and organizations, because at that time there wasn't such an organization or forum for such groups to be able to sort of move into environmental management planning and things. Because in those days, that was the beginning of the so-called environmental interest. And DOE was set up only in 1975. So we had a lot of other type of groups, the pressure groups, for example. But ENSEARCH is more of a professional organization.
1984. And Mr. Peter is a lifetime member of ENSEARCH.
Wow,
that's brilliant.
But Peter, I was just wondering, what is the primary goal of ENSEARCH?
Well, the primary goal of ENSEARCH is to provide a platform for various sort of public interest groups as well as individuals, organizations with interest in the environment to come together and to help to promote environmental awareness in this country, and to also help the government as well, in sort of achieving its sustainable sort of objectives.
All right. Now, collaboration is always a brilliant idea, because with that, the effect is just multiple, and you get a better reach. Who are some of the agencies that work hand in hand with ENSEARCH?
We do a lot of collaboration with government agencies like the Ministry of Natural Resources and Environment, the Department of Environment. We have also organized conferences in association with Ministry of Housing and Local Government on waste management, for example. We have also got the Department of Solid Waste Management collaborating. We have also been involved with CETA, the Ministry of Energy, also. So these are some of the sort of government bodies that we have been involved in.
And what would you say is the one thing that sets ENSEARCH apart from all of the other non-profit organizations out there?
We are not a pressure group. We are there to help industry, help government, and provide advice, provide consultancy. Consultancy in the sense that we assist to provide our views, our professional views and things like that. So we also organize or we manage programs. For example, the K. Kumarasigam Endowment Fund is actually a program where we sort of yearly get so-called appoint young environmentalists to go for an internship, which is usually about 2 weeks. And this internship is normally in an overseas organization to expose them to activities in these countries. So we have got people in waste management, in cleaner production, in green technology, and so on. So this year our program I think ends towards, there is a call now for young internship program towards the end of this month. So young professionals can apply. So we also have a program, or we used to have a program, which is quite active in promoting the conservation of wild fruit trees.
Wow.
What we call the Cyber Plant Conservation Network, CPCN. And that network was essentially to promote the cultivation of wild fruit trees, which we find are not being conserved well. So we might lose this genetic material over time. These are some of the things that we do. Of course, we also have other sort of professional sort of activities such as we have seminars, we have talks on legislation, we interact with industry on very specific matters which they sort of raise, and things like this.
So when you say not a pressure group, you essentially mean that you work together with the other organization as opposed to putting pressure on getting something changed.
Yes.
Okay.
So we do work together with them. We are not there to shout, and things like that.
I'm just wondering, out of curiosity, now you said that we don't want to lose the genetic material, and I know how bad it could be if a certain species is lost from the environment. It disrupts the whole ecosystem. For the benefit of the viewers, could you share with us how bad it is just losing one genetic material from our ecosystem?
Yeah. We have a lot of wild fruits that many people actually have never even seen or tasted. You'd be surprised, like, even if you ask people what is bling bling, they don't even know. So,
Starfruit.
yeah, it's a form of starfruit. It belongs to the same family.
Oh, it's different.
Oh, it's not the same thing.
Yeah, it's not the same thing.
Okay.
But it's used by traditional villages for making sambal belacan, for making very nice spicy food and things like that. And the Baba Nyonyas use a lot of that. So the thing is that if you lose this material, then basically you lose a part of your culture.
Yes.
These are the traditional things that we lose.
Of such far-reaching impacts.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
Jay, I read once in some of the old in Hindu scriptures stating that Peninsular Malaysia is blessed with fruits. And not conserving these fruits, it's such a shame on us. Losing them, it's even bad, worse for us. Now, you were saying about training activities just now. A little more information about who could join these training activities.
We have different types of training activities. We have training activities which are mainly focused towards industry. For example, there are some industries who ask for very specific training, let's say on ISO 14000, on environmental management, on waste management. So we do such programs specifically to address their sort of problem. We also have training programs for professionals, professionals who are interested to upgrade their sort of knowledge. For example, in air pollution modeling, for example, water pollution modeling, things like this. So we can actually what we call prepare a program that is specific to a need.
And a lot of this is catered to professionals, which is really, really important. I feel sets your organization apart, I believe, in a way. Absolutely brilliant. And you know what? We're going to head off for a very short commercial break. We have a whole lot to speak to Mr. Peter about and find out more about ENSEARCH when we come back. So guys, stay tuned. We'll be right back.
You are still watching V-Buzz. It's me, Shankri, and Jay Walia. And we have Mr. Peter from ENSEARCH, who was sharing with us how important it is for us to conserve environment.
Yep. So, Mr. Peter, you were mentioning earlier on about the consultancy work that you do. Could you elaborate more on this?
We don't do, we do consultancy more in terms of providing sort of advice to authorities or to individuals or organizations. So it's not that we do consultancy to get money for that purpose. Previously, we used to operate an organization called the Center for Environmental Technology. In fact, this center is promoted by ENSEARCH. And CTEC is, it's also a non-profit, but it's a company, it's a registered company that does all this consultancy. So if we do get sort of requests from private sector to do consultancy, we basically pass it on to our members. So ENSEARCH itself does not get involved, but we do promote research and so on, right?
And what are some of the notable projects that ENSEARCH has consulted on?
Yeah, we for example, through CTEC,
Yeah.
assisted the Department of Environment in the phase out of the ozone depleting substances. So because Malaysia is a signatory to the Montreal Protocol,
Yeah.
we are obliged to reduce our contribution of ozone depleting substances.
CFCs and
Yes,
stuff like that.
so CFCs. So we actually assisted the DOE in sort of preparing the program and getting the reduction for the country to meet the requirements under Montreal Protocol.
Excellent.
Right. That's brilliant, and I see ENSEARCH, does a lot in, helping organizations or the industry create awareness about the environment. But in regards to the general public, where are the gaps in the level of environmental awareness, in your opinion?
Yeah. The sad part about Malaysia is that the public does a lot of writing in social media. They put a lot of comments. But when it comes to physical participation, that's always a lacking. For example, if you look at our membership, there's very little active membership from the government sector.
Yeah.
So, and usually it's the few private individuals who are promoting. So that's one sad part of things. But some or other Malaysians find it difficult to be involved. We don't know exactly what's the reason, whether it's because of money or it's because of time.
Yeah.
But this is unfortunately the sad thing about the reality of things. We would have liked more people to be more active in these organizations.
Now, I'm just curious, is ENSEARCH also involved in policy making on environmental issues?
We are not involved directly, but we are a member of the Environmental Quality Council, which is an advisory body to the Minister of Environment. So through that body, we provide our comments and our input to the Minister and so on.
Oh, that's brilliant. Now, Mr. Peter, you were saying just now that it is quite sad to see not many Malaysians are involved, and they could be involved in the environment by joining ENSEARCH.
Yes.
Now, who can be a member of ENSEARCH, and what benefits do they get by becoming a member of ENSEARCH?
Right. The thing about ENSEARCH is we tend to be more technical in our nature of work. So we are not like those fun sort of NGOs where people tend to like, especially the young. But anybody can join ENSEARCH. Anybody with an interest in the environment can join ENSEARCH. We have individuals, we have organizations. So we also encourage corporates to join us because that is a way to sort of, through the corporate, get their sort of workers and members to sort of recognize that the environment needs protection, the environment needs people like everybody, in fact. Yeah.
Brilliant. And I was just wondering, could you tell us a bit more about the Kumarasivam Endowment Fund?
Yeah, the K. Kumarasivam Endowment Fund was set up in memory of our first founder, Engineer K. Kumarasivam. He played a very major role in bringing ENSEARCH up. So when he passed away, I think it was in 2003, we wanted to recognize his work. So we got well wishers to contribute to what we call an endowment fund. And this endowment fund is used to support the Young Environmentalist Award. As I said, yearly we send people out. And we also invite specialized speakers to come. For example, we had the Vice President of the Asian Development Bank coming to provide talks and things. So these are some of the programs through KT here.
So the fund is used to fund programs. It's not like a grant where people can apply to and...
No. It's different.
That's what you were saying just now, that you send young environmentalists to learn more about what they can do to create awareness in the environment.
That's right.
Yes.
Thank you very much for speaking to us, Mr. Peter. And it's really important for professionals to get involved and also be aware of their surroundings, where they're playing and working. So thank you so much for all the great work that ENSEARCH does.
And search for a better environment.
Indeed.
Thank you, Mr. Peter.
Thank you for inviting us as well.
It's an absolute pleasure, Mr. Holmes. So, basically, right, ENSEARCH is doing a lot for change, isn't it? You know, Shankari, if you could invent something that could change the world, have you ever had a dream like that?